Well, I really resisted tearing down an engine. I basically backed this Mini in here. It was running pretty good. I knew it needed some things and it was making some noises, and usually when you tear something that seems okay apart, well, you're gonna find things. And this is no exception. Everything's intact. We pulled the gearbox off yesterday with our little fellow's help. Got some still shots there. I'll see if you can sneak them in here. The gearbox looked fantastic. This was a 376 final, using the old Cooper S close ratio gears. The actual gears from the remote box. I have ways of grafting them into the rod change later, bigger bearing boxes and so on. So that's already been wheeled down to the Cooper Road Mini basement. And over here we find, this will probably run okay for a time, but let's see if we can show camshaft lobes. Kind of chewed up. Now again, this has been together probably 12 years maybe? Quite a while, really. Not a lot of use, not a lot of miles, and these tend to pit. They tend to get moisture on them and start a little defect. A couple of them show pitting and the usual scuffing over the top. So we are going to tear it down. We're going to see what happened with this cam, see what we can come up with to replace it. What we really want to do with this beast. I didn't show a lot of stunts in this car, but it was a pretty unbelievable engine. This is an A+ 1380. Nothing real special. When I built this, I'd been doing engines at Mini Mania for 5 or so years, and I thought, all right, I'm going to build myself something pretty outrageous. But I used stuff I had. The pistons were a leftover set of some Omegas or something from something we'd torn apart. Crank is, if I remember, it's something like 40 under one of either the mains or the rods. And I actually like smaller journals for a number of reasons, and it was otherwise looking good, but not one I'd use in an engine a customer would buy or that we would sell. We kept them maybe 20 under. But a perfectly lovely crank, and I found a set of rods that somebody spent a bunch of time cutting down. One of them weighed a bit different, so it isn't quite as finished as the others, but they're balanced. ARP, basic stuff. I think the cam was something layer. I may have had a scuff, or if I remember, it had some kind of oddball off-center. One of the lobes had been fudged a little bit to clean it up on the regrind, and it was a little bit off-center is what I've discovered over the time that I've tried to adjust it. So trying to decide what will become of this fantastic engine and what direction do I want to go in. This was not a terribly street-friendly car, if you recall. 376 final, but the close ratio Cooper S gears made it a wonderful thing to drive. Up to about 70, and you just don't want to take it anywhere when it's screaming in your ears. But it's just absolute blast of an engine, tire shredding power. The gear ratios fall just perfectly one after the other on the test stand over here in the shadows. This is our 1380 race Sprite engine. Yeah, we've talked a lot about it, but wow, what a combination of pieces. I'll call it one of the best Sprite engines ever built. Parts that were just now available that we waited a long time for, a brand new belt drive setup. All right, we're changing subject here. But see, this is the kind of thing that inspires us to then decide, what to do with the street engine. Let me flip this over and show our lovely aluminum head here before we tear it down. Come on, beastie. And of course, one-handed operation as always. There's a Pierce aluminum head with the old-fashioned Keith Dodd 1.5 mechanical rocker set. And really big valves, not as big as some of the ones I've done, a little bit smaller than the recent Moke head that we built. But a stunning performer. We'll see how it looks when we take it off as we decide what to do going forward.